How was that kid on the playground?
Well, welcome everyone to our very first edition of Event Tip Live. I'm going to put that screen up there. And my name is Sean. If I have not had a chance to meet you virtually, or if I haven't had the chance to meet you in person, and I'm sitting here by this nice toasty and crackling fire. And I'm going to put this over the top again because this is our first edition of Event Tips Live, and we are talking all about holiday parties, specifically for the year 2021. Because here's the thing is that Elevate, we get the opportunity to help a lot of our clients do events all throughout the year. And there's a lot of people right now. I literally just had lunch with a group in Jacksonville, Florida, and they had it all booked out. They had their venue, they had everything ready to go, and then COVID numbers are spiking, so they decided to cancel it. And so what's fun is with what's canceling is not fun. Let's be real. That's not fun. But what they decided to do is rather than just straight up cancel, they did cancel like the venue, but rather than just straight up canceling their holiday party, which sends a signal to your employees, what they decided to do is they are reimagining it. That's why we have that video of cancel, postpone, reimagine CPR for your event. So they're reimagining it into a virtual holiday party. Last year, we did a bunch of these. And this year we're anticipating even more. And we're really, really excited because virtual events can be just as connecting. It can be just as connecting as an in-person event. Now you can't obviously like put your arm around someone's shoulder at a virtual event unless you're sitting next to them, you're both on camera. But you can make it impactful, you can make it celebratory, and you can make it really, really fun. And I'm joined by my co-host, Billy. It's not just my face on Event Tips Live. This is Billy warming his hands by the fire that's now frozen. I want to see that a little bit closer. Keep doing that. Oh, you're muted. Oh, there you
Jack
go.
Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I on? Is this actually live?
You're live now, Billy. It's
Hi,
live.
Sean. Hi, Sean. What's going on? Of course, we have the holiday flavor going. We got the stockings hung by the chimney with care. Hope that St. Nicholas soon will be there. And if you're watching this live, you're like, wait, it's nowhere near the holiday season. But if you're in the event world, you know that getting ahead of the curve and being one step ahead of where you currently are is important. So, Sean, I know we're going to discuss a little bit about holiday parties. If you are watching this, it means you're subscribed to our YouTube channel or you found us somewhere online. I want to say thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, you'll find value in this video and check out other things on our site, subscribe, and follow along with us. We're always trying to learn and lead and get better. So, Sean, lead us. Where are we headed first with this little holiday party celebration?
Well, you know, Billy, I'm really curious because we are literally doing this live, and I'm going to put up, I just typed in the comments. So this is on YouTube, and you can see I misspelled everyone. It's everyone.
Did you misspell? You misspelled. This is live.
It's live.
Show the people how you can live take that down, change it, and put it back up. Let's see if this is really live, Sean.
Well, I don't know if I can change that. I can't change that. But I did also comment again, and I said that's my fault for spelling everyone wrong.
Well, you're saying everyone, like you're saying, you're communicating in a really exciting way. That's what that is.
It's true. It's true. And here's the fun thing too, is that if someone comments on either Facebook or YouTube, we can show their comment on our screen. So if you're watching this and you have a question for us while we're in the midst of going through what we're going to be talking about today, we would love to have your question or your comment, and we'll do our best to put yours up on screen. But what we're talking about is taking a holiday party, which is why we've got like the snowflakes in the background. I kind of wish, maybe I should do this. I got to get in the festive spirit just like you, Billy. And now I'm wearing red because it's holiday and Christmas theme, that kind of thing. But how do you make a virtual holiday party awesome? We did a bunch of these last year, Billy. And I know that you've got some stuff there that you can show us, but what would you say is the first thing that's top of mind for how to make a virtual holiday party awesome?
Well, as you saw on the thumbnail for this particular video, it just said event tips. And I know that the last year and a half, we've all been battling through, should we cancel our event? Should we postpone it? Should we reimagine it? And literally, Sean, right before we got on this call, we had an event booked for Las Vegas that was canceled. And literally, Sean, they just texted me and said it's back on again. It's the same week in September, right?
Vegas trip, right? So we're going to Vegas together.
Yeah, they want to do even more stuff with us. And so if you're in the event world, you probably are in the midst of, oh, it got canceled, or no, we want to have it, but we want to do now just live. We want to do something virtual and live. Half the people want to wear a mask, half the people don't. There's complexities on childcare, complexities on do we do something all virtual, all in person, leave some people out. And so I just want to begin this video by saying we understand. We get it. We've been in this world. I've been in the event industry for over 20 years, hosting, planning experiences, and I love what I get to do. And I think I'm addicted to the craziness that is the event life. But I would just recommend you watching this video for some event tips. We have some wonderful, wonderful resources. And Sean, maybe you could put this up on the screen. Virtualeventsecrets.today is an incredible place to go just to look at some past webinars that we've done. If you want to see more in-depth training here on YouTube, you're watching videos of icebreakers. That's where we spend a majority of our time. But if you want to go actually have a deeper dive on some of the things we do, we've put out a lot of free trainings designed just to help people. And I think some of my virtual holiday party tips I would give you. Let me jump here because this is live. I'm going to jump right to one of my favorite slides that we talk about. Is a bit of the course syllabus. Is if you don't have these in place for your holiday event or really any virtual experience you create, you will not be successful. I think all 8 of these have to be involved. Now, of course, if you're an event professional, an event planner, somebody that runs any kind of business, I want you, if you've never thought about maybe some of these, like particularly, I realize people don't think about 7 and 8. They don't really think about the test, or they don't really think about what kind of memory are we going to create. They'll get the purpose of the date, maybe the platform. We have answer a lot of questions about that. Maybe Sean, we could spend some time there. The team that's going to run it, the gift they're going to get, maybe a little bit of the plan, but how do we create a memory? And that's one of the things that we love. We love the opportunity. And I think that all comes down to is when you build WOW, it's a get to versus a have to. And so when you're planning your event, it's not, oh, we got to plan this holiday event. What if you were to switch your mindset and say, man, we get to do this for our team? And I know a lot of our clients and people we work with, particularly now, it's just hard. If I could level with you and just keep it real for a moment, man, life is not easy right now. There are so many things coming at us in different directions. But my encouragement is to switch that mindset first. And I think as you're planning your holiday experience, maybe it could be, this would be your best holiday party in the history of your company. What if that could be? And Sean, I remember one moment last year, we were serving a group in California, and you and I were hosting the event here in Atlanta. And I'm not sure if I've ever laughed so hard. I will leave the company unnamed, although they probably wouldn't care if we said their name. But Sean, there was some joy and some connection on that call. And, you know, you hosted it. I kind of played a little bit producer in the background, and our team kind of, you know, ran the sound and ran the things. But watching the way that they were connecting with each other and knowing they'd all been working remote for so long, that was the joy for me, right? So when you're planning a holiday party, it's not you got to have every single minute on point. Create some space for people to actually connect. So that probably be my big bottom line number one is when you're have all those 8 things in place. When you get there, create space for your people to actually connect. So that's one story. I don't even know if I want to share any details of that event, Sean, because I saw you laughing. There was a couple characters on the call that made it real interesting.
I remember that vividly. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that's just a general idea that we can give, because one of the reasons why we were laughing so hard was because one person in particular had something in the background of his video that we were like, wait, like what? Like we had to lean in closer to the camera, and because we didn't quite believe that he had that in his background. I'm not going to say what it was on air, but it was something that you don't see every day. We'll just put it that way. And you can find us and DM us, and maybe we'll tell you what it was. I don't know if we actually will, but maybe that's an idea, Billy, that they could do together, is because I definitely highly recommend, number one is having, you mentioned it a couple times, but seeing your people. So just like I can see you, Billy, it's really important if you do a holiday party that you try to get as many people's faces on camera, just like Billy's right there in our studio in Alpharetta, Georgia. We like to do what's called a Zoom wall. And so in that Zoom wall, what we do is we like to stand next to people's faces so they can see that we see them. And so you could even do that on your own, or you could hire a company like us to do it. If you do it on your own, you just got to have a computer on, maybe it's a TV above your fireplace. And then as far as something else that would be fun is, like, let's say you could play a little bit of like a guess who, or like a hide and seek, but you like maybe a scavenger hunt is a better way of saying it. But what if you had something like, what if I had like a hidden something on my bookshelf, and it was like a bingo that you played, a scavenger hunt bingo. And while you're in Zoom breakout rooms, or while you're on camera with everybody, you've got this bingo card and you're trying to see if everybody has these things with them. And then Billy, I know that you've got something pulled up, because this is a little bit different scavenger hunt. It's not just like looking in someone's background. What scavenger hunt do you have pulled up next to you?
Well, when you have the host of your event, and this is a snapshot of you hosting 2 events, don't be afraid to sort of have fun, maybe to create a skit character, let your hair down a little bit. Sean, there on the left side, I know that you've got the hat and the sunglasses on, and you were playing actually some good news for one of our clients. And on the right, there was a lot of giveaways, and you were wearing all those at one time. And so, there could be a scavenger hunt where you have a giveaway connected to it. Something we play, like if I were over on the screen, I'm doing this live in the studio right now. If I were to jump right over now to the Zoom wall, this is actually a still Zoom shot from an event we did with the NFL back in February. And if there's, let's say, Kendall Spencer, we do a little interactive game. You can actually check out our channel here, where we ask folks just to grab random items from where they are. And we'll say something like a pen or a set of keys or a water bottle. And when they grab those, we could give a gift away right there on the spot. And sometimes it's physical things like we just showed in that picture, or sometimes you're actually mailing them a digital gift card via email right there on the spot. So there's a way to take this group of people and connect them back to as you're hosting and doing giveaways. And so don't think about, I've just got to mail them something a couple weeks before, and that takes a lot of planning. We've really mastered the idea of doing a scavenger hunt, as you mentioned, of having things they find on the spot, or they have a bingo card of sorts, and then you can actually give away something unique digitally very quickly in the moment. So, and also, I'll show this next slide. Also, this is Sean as well, sitting behind the scenes. So when you're thinking about your event, maybe rethink it to try a different platform, or bring in an organization like Elevate, where we can help you think about the audio, the video, the lights, how you make things look good and sound good, so you can have that great experience. So that's a couple things I was drawing from what you were talking about there. But the scavenger hunt idea, I think the reason a lot of people stop and don't do it, because they think it's really complicated, actually is super duper easy. And there's more videos on our channel that will help you with that as well.
I love that example, Billy. And you talked about dressing up, and so I had to run and go get my shiny jacket.
Yeah, there you did. It's getting crazier. It's getting crazier as we go.
Who knows? Next time I go off screen, who knows what's going to happen next, right? So,
I have an idea.
And it's just a way of giving you guys live an example of what you can do. Like if someone is playing the host moderator, and like, let's say, for example, the CEO of the company wants to start off the holiday party and give an address to the company. They want to say welcome. They want to give an update as to like how things are going in the business. They want to give a couple shout outs. Maybe they want to give an away award or a gift card or something like that right at the beginning. Well, if you're playing like the host MC, or if you have someone like us that does it, because we do it all the time, while that's going on, you can go and change something, which is really fun. So here's the bottom line for these things is make it fun. There's tons of creative ideas out there. We've got them all the time, and we're constantly coming up with new ones. And you and your team can sit together, and you can go through our YouTube channel. You can go through other people's YouTube channels, Google virtual holiday party ideas. I mean, I haven't personally done that, but I feel like I need to now that we're doing this. And when you do that, you're going to be inspired, and then look around for what you have available, whether that's a budget that you have available to hire someone or to buy something or to do something else. So just a couple of examples there is really fun. And Billy, who's that little green person you got standing next to you?
Well, you did something random by putting a jacket on. I thought I would do something random by bringing my friend Yoda up on the screen. And I think if you're watching this video, if you're following along our YouTube channel, I think we're around 2,700 or 27,000 subscribers, which we're super grateful for everybody that's watching this, whether you happen to be live here or you're watching a little bit later, is we do all we can to help you accomplish this statement that Yoda says is do or do not, there is no try. And the do part of this is figuring out what do I want to accomplish. And gosh, how could Elevate or other organizations help me do it? And something last year, Sean, I want to mention is this idea of CPR. Some of you have watched this video. As a matter of fact, comment down below if that video has helped you. It seems like, Sean, over the last few days, I've been in this conversation a ton because people are considering, once again, the C meaning should I cancel, P is should I postpone, or R is should I reimagine my experience. And it's really fun now, I think, in the event industry is we have to do the last one. I think people were kind of tired of the first two. The first one has made us real weary of canceling. Postponing is, especially for your holiday party, it's, I can't tell you how many groups I've talked to so far, even this year, that just canceled their holiday party last year and want to do their best to make up for it this year. And so that requires, now that a lot of us aren't going to be able to be in person, is how we reimagine. And I share this concept in my daily life with my family, with my kids, and I do my best to share it in my own life. Is it's a new day, so I must have a new perspective. I must create that new perspective. And I think some of the tips that we would give you, it starts with a decision, and then right after that, it's put the date on the calendar and decide what budget you would like to spend, decide your platform, and then just go make it happen. I think there's a lot of excuses, so I'll go back to my friend Yoda. What did he say once again, Sean? I know that you're a big Star Wars fan. Do or do not.
There is no try.
There's no try. There's no try. We're going to accomplish this. And really, like, that is the heartbeat of what we do at Elevate. We make great ideas come to life for our clients. And when we started going online, listen, I've got Michael in the studio. I've got Alice in the studio. I know that, Sean, you do a wonderful job at this. And other team members at our organization over the last several years have really helped take what we do with our clients, that we work with about 50 to 100 clients a year. And we tried to zoom back and say, how could we put things that we're learning with our clients and put them on our YouTube channel? That's really our intent. So hopefully, as a matter of fact, it would bless my socks off if you put a comment saying, hey, this video really helped me, or, I saw this idea for an icebreaker and we really were able to use it. So that's my idea for my man, Yoda.
I love that idea, Billy. And I wanted to give another example of what it could be like to do something fun. So one idea that we've had a couple of times with different organizations is, and we literally just had, me and you were on a Zoom call with another group talking about events for 2022. And they sending them something in the mail can be something fun. And so, for example, something you could send people in the mail that pairs with what we already talked about, which is like dressing up, and in order to have some more fun, is you could send them little gadgets or gizmos or little like accessories that they can put on their head.
Did you say gizmos?
I said gizmo. Did I say gizmos?
I think you did. I feel like that. Isn't that from the movie? What's that movie?
Gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
Keep singing.
Who's it's and what's it's galore. Thingamabobs. I've got 20.
I got 20.
Something like that. But this is actually a picture. I'm going to go full screen with this and see if I can get it right the first try. Ready, go. So there's a selfie that I took during a holiday party, a virtual holiday party that I was the MC for one of our clients last year. And so if you send people either like those glasses that have the little like Santa or elf or reindeer things that like are like on springs that are wiggling, you can send them Christmas lights to put in their background. You can send them ornaments to put up on their tree. So there's lots of different things that you can send them. You can also send them a gift card where they could buy their own food. And so those are just a couple of examples of things that you could do in order to send it to them. And people enjoy getting something in the mail, right? So it's always really fun to get a handwritten note or a small gift or something like that. And then if you wanted to send them something digitally too, you could do that. You could send them a Zoom background that everyone can update, or maybe 10 of them, and they get to choose which one they want to have as their Zoom background. So sending them something is something that is really, really important. And it's just a small touch. It's kind of like the icing on the cake. It's kind of like if you go to a coffee shop. Now, I'm not a coffee person, so I've heard that this is nice, right? But if you go to a coffee shop and you get a cup of coffee, if they give you an extra, like a cookie or a little donut or a little snack to go with it, or maybe a candy cane, something along those lines, it's just that little extra touch that makes it all a little bit special for everyone. So, Billy, what are you holding in your hands right there?
I'm going to get to these 6 laptops that I'm holding in my hand here in just a moment, but no big deal. Just holding 6 laptops.
Yeah. Who knows why?
I had an idea yesterday. And so if you have a question or a comment, we'd love to hear you in the chat. If you're live with us and you want to ask us a question, at Elevate Experiences, we've performed thousands of events around the world, really. And we'd love to answer any questions you might have. But something yesterday on a brand new client, they had an idea of sending all of their team members a box for the event that we have. And then inside of the box, there's another box that actually has something that says, "Don't open till the event." And that box itself had a party popper, like a confetti cannon. It had a couple of emoji cards, had some sunglasses. And it makes this moment of we're bringing them into the experience. So there's ways to do that on the cheap. There's ways to do that. We don't have to break the bank. But that was a cool idea that I hadn't heard before, is that they get a box that has a t-shirt, it has some other things in there, but then there was like this secret box inside of that. But Sean, you did ask why I have, and actually 6 laptops is much heavier than I anticipated. So these are 6 laptops that we have at Elevate that have been sitting on the shelf in our office. And we have a wonderful team member, Michael, that's had the task of looking at the processor and the year and the updates and what it needs. And all 6 of these once served a purpose. Like, they produced a lot of great events. They once served a great purpose with our team members and to making things happen, make ideas come to life, but they're old. And there's a couple things that you can do with an old laptop. I'm going to put these down because these are way too heavy. There's a couple things you can do with old laptops you have. One is you can update the software, right? You can update the internal workings of the computer to make it better. I know those of you that are techie out there, you can insert a new hard drive. There's lots of ways to make your current computer faster. And sometimes, though, you need to just get a new computer. We call that a tweak, a facelift, or a funeral. A tweak is you might need an adjustment. You might need to take some files off, put it on the online platform, put some things in the cloud, and that same thing works. Facelift is you might want to get a new cover for your computer. You might want to change the keyboard, some things like that. A funeral is you may want to get a new computer. Now, I tell you that example is maybe the way you've been thinking about your events is all wrong. It could be you're looking for everything needs a funeral. We got to start over, when it really just needs a tweak. There's been so many experiences I've been a part of where just a small adjustment makes a massive difference with the client that we're serving. And I think about some events we have coming up, Sean, is, there's a couple key things that happen at key moments that make everything come to life. And so it could be, and I know now more than ever, there's musicians that are really hurting. Think about the music industry. Think about the concert industry. During the holiday season, one quick tip for you is a way to give your event a tweak or a facelift is maybe you hire a professional guitar artist or maybe even a choir to sing at your event, and it's a surprise and delight moment. There's a lot of musicians that would love to pop on for 15 minutes, grab their guitar, and sing some Christmas carols with you. It could be that you're create a game show moment, that your team has never done something where you're like, there's no way we can do a game show virtually. Well, Elevate, that's a lot of what we do is we jump on there and do a 30-minute to 45-minute game show, and you've sort of given your event a tweak and a facelift. So decide where that is for you. I've got 6 laptops that are going back. We're going to get some new ones in this particular case. But it could be that your event is good. You just need to adjust a couple things on it. So, Sean, has anybody got any comments out there, any questions out there? I know we went live, and this was kind of a last-minute live for us, but is anybody jumping on?
It wasn't that last minute, Billy. We were prepared beforehand. We scheduled it yesterday.
We did schedule it a whole day before. We had a graphic and everything.
A whole day before.
And we are, and something I think is important for those of you that are watching on YouTube. This community is super important to us. We want to do this more often, and so we're switching our strategy a little bit. We're actually going to be jumping on live. So if you see this, if you're watching this a little bit later, we would love for you to jump on live with us, ask questions. We are going to do a good job of letting you know what we're going to be talking about, the topic at hand, and if we can serve you, please jump on. I think some people just ask if there's any questions and don't really want any. We really love to interact with the community. So if we can help you, we'd love for you to join us in these live streams.
100%, Billy, 100%. And I'm stalling a little bit because I'm preparing to show another photo from a different holiday party, which is another idea that I've got for everyone. And so this next idea that I have for you guys is to dress up your event, not just where you are, but dress up where you're broadcasting from. Especially if you've got a large company, you've got a larger budget, you can hire a decorator. It would be like going into a venue and decorating to have stuff on the tables or decorations around the room or decorating the stage, right? You can use that kind of a budget and use it to decorate the backdrop. You can do it in a couple of ways. If everybody's going to be individually from a different location, then you can send them backdrops in the mail. Either that's like a green screen behind them or something that they can set up behind them. Or you can also send them, send them something to hang from the ceiling or whatever that looks like, as well as going back to my original point, which is dressing up where you're going to be broadcasting from. So dressing up where you're broadcasting from could look a little bit like this. So this is a picture of the setup that we had last year at a client of ours. Billy's actually wearing a vest from this client. They're called Preferred Apartment Communities. They're here in the Atlanta area, and they wanted it to be a little bit nicer of a virtual event. And so this is the setup that we brought in. We brought in all of the decorations here, hung things from the ceiling, and it looks really nice. It makes it feel more festive. So if you want to do something that's impressive, if you want to have that wow factor, doing something like this, because you can see that if, like, let's say, for example, we've got Billy would be there right here. He's got a blue background and a screen. But imagine if he was standing in front of this type of a backdrop, just like I'm showing you right now, which is what we did, right? So Billy was there. I was there. The CEO, the president was there. And so these are some of the things that organizations like ourselves can do, where we come in and we actually like bring this in and we set it up for you with cameras and lighting and all the kinds of things so it looks good. And it's just a really fun way, like I said, of dressing it up, making it more festive. And look, Billy's already gone back. I took him off screen and he changed the lights and he's back. So these are some small ways that you can make your event more fun.
And I think it's important to note, Sean, that decorators, musicians, people that are used to being a part of live events, right now, obviously, the industry is hurting in a lot of ways. And so if you're an event planner who haven't really thought about what Sean just showed, is decorating the place where you're broadcasting from or doing something unique there, that is such a massive, massive hit. Don't neglect and just turn it into a simple Zoom call. Turn into an experience. We love Zoom. There's some great platforms out there, and that's one that we enjoy. We've learned how to take that to the next level by things like decor, changing the lighting, making sure that it's on point. So, Sean, this has been fun talking about the holidays. I'm ready for some eggnog and some Christmas cookies and decorating the tree, man. Come on.
I'm excited for those things too. So it's fun because it's not Christmas in July quite, right? It's more like Christmas in September, which is when we're filming this video. But this is the thing, is that there are event planners, there are executive assistants, there are CEOs, there's already people that are out there that are trying to get ahead of the game. They're saying, hey, what can we do to make it not just a normal Zoom call? Because no one wants to just jump on a normal Zoom call. Do something a little bit more fun. And so the last visual that I have for everyone is, and the last idea is, you can bring on a guest. Like, let's say you plan everything yourself. You could bring on a guest, someone who is experienced, someone who is maybe a keynote speaker, or maybe someone who's a celebrity, or maybe someone like ourselves who's well, I like to think of us as a little bit of both. Maybe other people don't think of us as celebrities, Billy. But what you can do is you can bring on someone that's a guest in the middle of your virtual event, and you can do something a lot like this, which there's no audio for this. I don't have that set up quite yet. But this is a video that we put together, which highlights a really fun and interactive game show. Now, this game show we have adapted to be holiday party for the holiday party season. And I know, Billy, you've got a couple of icebreakers there, but this is an interactive experience. We call it the Elevate Variety Show. And we call it that because you interact in a variety of ways and you play a variety of games. So there's something, this is just an idea for you, is do something different where you bring in a guest and you do a game show type experience or something like that, which is just a really, really fun idea. And we've gotten some great feedback. People have loved it, and they've started to hire us to come back to more and more of their events. So find someone like that that can do something like that for you. What say you, Billy?
And I realize, Sean, that we're doing a lot of our sales calls like this, where I'm actually in the studio and I say, hey, let me show you camera number 1. And now let me show you camera number 2. And now let me break it down and show you what it looks like for us to engage on camera number 3. And so if you're watching this, you could jump on with us and say, how could we leverage Elevate for our next event? We actually partner with a lot of organizations that already have a really good thing going on, but we sort of come in and take their idea to the next level. And so I want to inspire you with that is, reach out to us. You can go to elevateexperiences.com. You can reach out here, comment on our YouTube channel. We would love to connect with you and share with you a little bit of what we do. So this has been fun, Sean. In closing, I would say thank you for those that have watched this live. Thank you for those that are watching the replay of this. We're going to be doing more live events on YouTube and live experiences to create that community. I'm really, really grateful for our subscribers and folks that are following along. And if we can serve you in any way, please let us know.
100%. And Billy, I had a great idea. The next time we do this, we need to do an icebreaker with us and with everyone else that's going to be on. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been such a really fun one. Ooh, look at that holiday themed
next time.
emoji.
That's next time.
That's a sneak peek. I'm taking him off the screen because I don't want to give it away. Well, thanks everyone. This has been such a fun experience. Hey, if you're watching this video on replay, we would be honored if you liked this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because again, we're going to be doing some more of this. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to put up the picture that we've got right here. Let's see, where did it go? And this is me saying, bye, you guys. See you next time.